the new Meditatio House is a sort of home for meditators all over the place who can come here. And for me, it's always been, I've always been lucky to have it in London as a Londoner. Always quite close to either where I work or where I live. And there's a sort of, you always know there's someone around, so you can come to the 3 meditations every day. And then we also have our younger meditators gathering here on Wednesdays, which is always a great support for people and friendship. And this house particularly, I think, is pleasant because it's got this sort of conservatory kind of cloister at the back. So past the kitchen there's a glass sort of walkway where you can sit, and it reminds one a bit of a cloister, and you can get out to the garden very easily. So it feels very sort of open plan, very light, and yeah, it's pleasant, and it's well situated here. 2 of the main underground lines in London sort of reach this close to here, so very easy to get to.
I know the house is here, but it's a place for practice and for contemplation, and a place where I come and I know I can value my heart and my experience and my I guess feeling like I'm with other fellow, travellers or pilgrims or something on a path. And it's a place where I feel an ease and a peace with being as we are, like in a very real way, and at the same time I feel like there's a real generosity, like for me coming here, it's a real generosity that this house is here and that I can come, and I don't know, it's like the meditation in one way. I don't really like the word in some ways so much, but I like what Father Laurence says about meditation being care and attention. And I guess I like to come here and feel like it's a chance to come and pay care and attention to other people, to myself, to my heart, to the practice, and to share that, and that to be central in what I'm doing in my own life, but also in the house and in meeting people.
My name is Tristan Guzman, and I'm from Sydney, Australia. And I found out about this Christian meditation group by Googling Christian meditation a little while ago, about a year and a half ago on Google, and I came across the YouTube videos by Father Laurence, and I watched them and I thought they were amazing, and I shared them with some friends and my Bible study, and they thought it was great. And I probably dilly-dallied for about a good year before I joined a meditation group. And about Easter, I joined a group in Sydney, and here I am. They told me about this place here, and this is my first visit. And I just had my first meditation session with this group, and it's quite a different experience actually. But in one level, in the way the readings and the guitar playing, but then there is a connection there of that mantra, Maranatha, and there's a connection there of being one with God, and it's a universal connection that we can all celebrate, whatever nationality or background or creed or wherever you come from. That connection, Christ, what He has done for us through His sacrifice on the cross, and that we can celebrate that through not just organised worship, but through meditation as well, and that there is a group that follow that tradition. It's very encouraging.
Hello, my name is Henriette. I'm from Holland and I live now 2 years in London in the house for the World Community for Christian Meditation. And it's a house for prayer. So my works around the house are mainly to make the space as an invitation to prayer. And we have 3 times a day meditation, which we organize as oblates to be there all the time, so people can join, people from outside the house, people who come for a few days here, people who come for a month here. And so that's everything. That's looking after the garden, that's looking after the meals, that's looking after the guest rooms, and making it a space which is pleasant to be, quiet, peaceful. So my jobs are around doing that kind of things. For people who come here outside London, they are very welcome to deepen their meditation practice, and I think it's helped because we do 3 times a day meditation every day. So the whole rhythm of the house is based on 3 times a day prayer, and people can easily join in. So it's not something they have to do themselves. And I think also for people who have been here and have been back to their country, they know that other people are praying here as well. So I know people who do it at the same time, and they feel less on their own when they pray at home. And yeah, I hope it's a kind of base for people who otherwise pray more on their own. It's definitely a meeting point for people from international community, and maybe people don't always expect that, and that's actually very beautiful because yeah, people meet and there are lots of surprises, and sometimes people are on their own, which is also good because they have more quiet time. But sometimes we have 4 or 5 people, and the conversations around meal are bringing up lots of surprises and connections and support. So and there are definitely people who come to work for the community. So they will they have official meetings as well, but there are also unofficial meetings which are beautiful.
Hello, I am Francisco Wolf. I am originally from Venezuela, although I have a Canadian twist in my background. My family moved to Canada when I was 20, and I finished my education there, so I also feel I am here a little bit on behalf of a Canadian community that is quite active and quite supportive of the work that we do here. I've been in the house since October of last year, October 2011, and I came here mainly to deepen my practice of meditation, to spend a year of formation, get to know more the community, both the international community, but also the UK community, which I guess goes back to the beginnings of the teachings of John Main, and to serve the community in whichever way I can. What I find really extraordinary about this house is, first of all, the immense feeling of fellowship and friendship that I experience every day with the residents, with the people who live in the house, but also with the visitors, the people, the meditators who come for any of the daily meditations, as well as for the activities that we have, from time to time, the young meditators day retreats and the special events. It's also a great place because people from all over the world who belong to the community come by when they're visiting London for whatever reason. Also, the various teams that work in the different programs of the community often use the house for meetings and for various kinds of sessions. And it is really a privilege to be able to serve and to share with these amazing people that make up our community. And being at the house gives me the opportunity to get to know them a little bit better and to understand more and more all this diversity of facets that the community has.
So my name's Kath Houston and I'm from Brisbane, Australia. And I went to the Meditatio House in November 2010 and stayed just about a year. And when I took a year off to do voluntary work with the community, it wasn't my intention specifically to go and live in the house, but I was invited to do that, and it was such a gift. It's been an amazing experience. I think the greatest thing about the house is finding out what community really is about in a modern world. And I think a lot of us talk about a different way that we'd all love to live, living from the heart rather from the head, how we'd like to deal with each other, how we'd like to be together. And living in the house with other young meditators, members of the world community, really gives you that opportunity to do it in real life. We're real people and we share in a domestic way. We also all have our jobs. But it's so much more than just a bunch of people sharing a house. The prayer that we share 3 times a day, in the morning and midday and evening, our deep silent prayer of meditation and saying the office together, really binds us together in a very deep and special way, so that all our interactions come out of that space. And no matter what we're discussing or having our differences about, it's resolved in a way that we're able to draw on. It binds us together in the heart. It's kind of difficult to put this into words. It's the other aspect of the house for me was getting to know the community, the international aspect of the community, because at the house, members from all over the world converge for different things, and it's very special to get to know people who you belong in the same community from different cultures and to feel instantly the connection with them. It's also a great time to really explore what your gifts are, because you get to work in the community in different ways, and there's just such a breadth of things to do, whether it's in the office or supporting the teaching or even in the domestic side of things. We were all challenged. I was very challenged to do things I'd never done before, but very supported in it, and also to explore ways that I could grow in it. After my year, I returned to Brisbane, and I really felt the connections that I had established with the special people in the house. They were my family in a very special way, and I continue to have those bonds. It took a little while for me to realise how deeply that rhythm of prayer of the day had sunk inside me, and I needed to establish my own rhythm when I got back home, which I did. And the fruits of that experience are still growing in my life. I see it in the way that I work now, back in my job. I see it how I frame my day. And I'm open to the future of where the Spirit will lead me. But I have been very touched and very blessed by that special gift.
Well, I also have a history connected with Meditatio House. Not exactly with this house, but also with this house. I'm an oblate, and I came to London in the beginning of 2011 to spend all year, my oblate year, and I lived in the house in Kensington, just the house, Meditatio House, based before this house, the new house in Ealing. Living Meditatio House is a special experience, since we have a different routine, and we meditate 3 times a day, and we do the Divine Office, and we study the Rule of Benedict, and we support all the work of the community. So all the oblates that live in the residential house have a very intense participation in the work of the community, and all this time that I spent Meditatio House was really transformative experience, and I think something that I will keep with me. I will use as a reference point and a supportive discipline to the rest of my life. I think this is a special thing about living Meditatio House as an oblate, or even people that just come to the house to meditate. I think the house show us and show to the people that it's possible have a life with more balance and more discipline and more time to just be. And this is very important, I think, in our very busy and superficial sometimes world today. One of the important things that also I recovered during my time in Meditatio House was the gift of music and of playing guitar and sing, and was very, very good. See that I have this gift. Is not like that I am a professional, very superstar, but it's important when you recognize you have a gift, and it's not just for you. You can share with people, and people are very happy and grateful when you share the gift, share in these ways yourself. So I'm going to play a song in Portuguese because I'm from Brazil, and this song is called A Palavra. In English, the word. So the word is, of course, the mantra, and I will play now.
Trago uma palavra dentro, trago uma palavra que ressoa. Repito essa palavra então e sinto que a palavra me abençoa. Entro no meu quarto todo dia pra ficar com meu Senhor.